Hello and welcome back to the On the Slab Horror Show, the show that we bring to you each and every Friday night. Technically, this isn't a Friday night. This is the Halloween special. But, King, why do we do this on a Friday night?
Friday night is horror night, motherfuckers. Normally.
Absolutely. This is our second annual Halloween quiz. Last year, the kind little man in the corner there, sick note Sherlock, was the quiz master.
Little man.
Little man.
I'm calling you the little
Jesus.
man.
Getting the barbs in already. Jesus.
Absolutely. He was very kind and pitched the idea to us. He done all the questions and he hosted the quiz that night, which was a very resounding win by myself.
Yeah.
Had to throw that in there, you know, being me and all that.
Yeah.
But Sherlock, how are you?
Good. I am regretting signing up to this.
We called your bluff.
I can write questions. And I had a lot of those questions prepared. I did a lot of quizzes over COVID. And yeah, horror's not my game, lads.
We called your bluff.
This will be fun for you guys.
On the Slab alum, and who is going to be the quizmaster for the evening. How are you, Mr. Tombstone Ted?
Oh, I'm good, yeah. This time I took the seat. I took myself out of the hot seat. It was too hot for me the last time, so I said, "Listen, I'll move out and I'll give that to Sherlock, who, at least from the start, says he's not good with horror. So he doesn't. He's setting the bar low
already.
That's what dark horses always say.
He set the bar real low for himself, so that there's no expectations in him.
And then my glorious co-host, the King.
How, my friends? We all good?
All G, baby. How are you?
I'm ready. I'm good. I'm ready to maintain my second place. No offense, Sherlock.
Untaken.
On the ladder.
But for even, as I said, I'm going to pass it over to Quizmaster Ted, who's going to take it over, run down the rules, and then we'll get this bad motherfucker going. Ted, take it out.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit different from last year's one. Last year, the way it ran was Carl had put 3 different sets of 11 questions, and then he had another set for round 2, and the points were based off that. But if you missed a question, it would go to the other 2 competitors. What ended up happening was when me
Greg ran away with it.
Yeah, when me and King missed a question, Greg ran away with it. Greg didn't happen to miss many questions on his own turn, so it meant there was no chance for us to claw points back. And the few that he did miss were ones that none of us knew the answer to.
I think overall I missed 6 questions last year.
Yeah, which was very impressive, to be fair. So it was quite difficult for us to claw back anything. So I've changed the format up here a little bit. I've made 30 questions and I've split them into 5 different categories. So round 1 will kind of be your easy questions, ones that'll be fairly standard for people to know. Round 2 will be kind of medium level questions. Round 3 will be kind of the more difficult and hard questions. Round 4 will be kind of tricky questions, and round 5 will be obscure questions. So hopefully that gives Sherlock a few chances with some of these. He might pick up some points from this first round, even if he doesn't pick up any other ones.
Sherlock does know the obscure things as well, to be fair.
He does happen to know some obscure ones. Now, whether he'll know these ones or not will be another question. I did check in with Paddy Power beforehand, and they did give me a few odds here. So at the moment, Sherlock, to no surprise to anyone, is 100 to 1 to win this tournament.
I'm going to throw a tenner. I'm going to throw a tenner on that now.
Yeah, I'll see that as well.
I have Leicester odds, do I?
Yes. King is 35 to 1 after his second place last year. Greg is the Erling Haaland of any goal scorer here, and he's 1 to 50 to walk away with this after last year's performance. So, there's not much money to be made on betting on Greg here.
Is second place an option to back?
No.
Half the odds. Oh.
No, you can only back first place, and I know that you're not going to be willing to back somebody and lose because you aren't willing to lose. So
you hate losing.
What if you bet on me but you go each way?
No, that's right. I wanted to see if I could get a
No,
second.
there's no each way. They only gave odds on first place here.
Big shout out to Paddy Power.
You.
So we'll start with round one.
Sponsor.
I wish.
Free bets.
Do you guys have your pen and paper or notepad and paper ready?
We'll
be working off an honor system here, so
I don't trust that King lad.
Hey.
it will be. We have 6 questions in each round, so I will cycle through who has to answer first each time. That way, presuming if anyone is cheating, they won't be able to cheat every question, no matter what.
And to be fair, at the end of this, we'll send in a picture just to confirm into the group chat.
Yeah.
So, round 1, question 1. Name the creature that transforms into a gremlin from Gremlins.
The species, like
The species, yeah, not the
name of
character.
Spelling's gonna be atrocious here, but
Spelling will not be counted.
That's on the tip of my tongue.
Question 2. What do other students dump on Carrie in the gym at the prom?
I think the ma from the original Carrie only died there the other day as well.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Question 3. This is probably the easiest one here. Robert Englund is best known for portraying what character in a horror film?
So if I don't get that, lads, I'm
You're gone from the show.
You'll be in trouble, Greg, if you don't get that one. Yes. Question 4. What is Jack Nicholson's character's choice of weapon in The Shining?
I don't get that one as well. Seeing as I have it tattooed on my wrist.
Question 5.
He's cheating.
He is cheating. He's tattooed answers onto himself. He's got a cheat sheet.
Yeah, baby.
Question 5. Who plays Ash in The Evil Dead? And then question 6 of round 1. What are the brothers in The Lost Boys known as?
You get a bonus points for getting their names?
No, just what the names of... No, it's their collective name. We'll run through the questions there again, just for anyone that needs them. Question 1, the name of the creature that transforms into a gremlin. Question 2, what do the other students dump on Kerry in the gym on prom night? Question 3, Robert Englund is best known for portraying which character in horror film? Question 4, what is Jack Nicholson's character's choice of weapon in The Shining? Question 5, who plays Ash in The Evil Dead? And question 6, what are the brothers in The Lost Boys known as?
How many do we think we got in that, gents?
Do we all have answers down?
Yeah.
Or, answers
I'm trying to... literally, the easiest fucking question, and my mind has gone blank on what it's actually called.
Question 1, is it?
No.
Question 3.
4.
What is the name of the weapon that he uses in The Shining?
Yeah, I cannot think of what it's actually... it's in my head, but it's just not... The word isn't coming into my mind.
Ironically, as you said that, you could clearly see it on the screen as to what it was.
It doesn't matter. I can picture it in my head.
No, but I actually had it tattooed on my arm. You could see it on the screen as you were saying it. That's why I moved my hand down.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah.
Call it.
Yeah, we'll call it there. Right, so question 1. We'll start with King. The name of the creature that transforms into a gremlin.
Mogwai?
Yeah. Boys? Yep.
Mogwai.
1 for everyone. Question 2. What do the other students dump on Carrie in the gym? We'll go to Greg here.
Oh, blood here.
Ooh. What kind of blood?
Pig's blood.
Okay.
Ooh.
Are we supposed to put the animal down?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll accept blood because I didn't specify that I wanted the animal, but...
That's fair.
Okay.
I had pig blood anyway.
I
I'll
had
accept
but
blood
I
because
knew it
I
was
didn't.
I have
pig's blood.
blood.
Yeah, I'll accept that because I didn't specify it enough. Question 3. Robert Englund is best known for portraying which character in horror films? Sherlock, this one goes to you.
Freddy Krueger.
I'm going to assume that
Yay.
Goat level.
the boys both got that as well.
I got it's a man from V. No, I messed up.
So it's back to King here. What is Jack Nicholson's character's choice of weapon in The Shining?
Axe.
Correct.
The word it did come to me, thank God.
Should have thinking body spray, body spray.
Can we see his writing of that? I don't trust him.
Me?
No.
No,
Oh.
Sherlock. I'll trust that he does know that one. That's one of the more iconic ones.
Yeah,
This is what happened to me.
mean,
This is what happened to me,
My
Sherlock,
mi-
as
yeah.
well. Your mind,
You
know
got a
the
Jaws
answers.
It
one wrong.
blanks. It just blanks.
Yeah, your mind just goes.
Yeah.
You know the answer. You just cannot get an answer out there.
Happened me a few times in the last one, yeah.
Yeah.
And just before, because I don't want anyone to say anything, the moment my mind just unblocked and I remembered the answer for this fifth question. I just wrote it down.
This is goat level.
Okay.
I can take a picture of it if you don't believe me.
No.
Before you say it out.
No, we'll let him go. We'll let him go.
That's fine.
Cheaters cheat for life, yeah.
Greg, who plays Ash in The Evil Dead?
King Bruce.
Bruce.
Bruce Campbell.
Everyone happy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Bruce written down and I couldn't think of Campbell until literally that second.
Well, I'll take that. Question 6 then, to you, Sherlock. What are the brothers in The Lost Boys known as?
Yeah, this is the one I didn't know. I just wrote The Lost Boys.
Edgar and Alan Frog.
Well, what's
I wrote the Frog Brothers.
The Frog Brothers.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was looking for. So that ends with Greg taking 6 out of 6, Sherlock taking 5 out of the 6, and King taking 6 out of 6 from the first round.
Good hustle, Sherlock.
I can leave.
Yeah, you know, you
You
did-
can leave.
I'm
I'm eliminated after round 1. Good luck.
That Frog Brothers one, I wasn't sure had you seen The Lost Boys, but I was like, this is one that he might, this is a kind of relatively easy one, but if you haven't seen that film, you're never
Have you
gonna...
not seen the Frog? Have you not seen?
I actually haven't, no.
Frog Boys.
Ah, mate. It's
I
not.
think
It's not even so much a horror film.
That's
well, it
brilliant.
is, but-
It is very good. But yeah, a lot of these are ones that if you, like, as easy as they are, if you haven't, like, if you
Seen
have
them
no
in a while.
interest in them, yeah, you're going to struggle with them.
Yeah,
But
I
it's,
was happy with myself getting the Mogwai now.
Yeah,
That was a good one. Yeah, it was a good question. That
It was.
that's one that people tend to forget
because
because
the first thing one's gonna think of is Gizmo.
Gizmo.
yeah, everyone's going to stick down Gizmo, and no, because Gizmo's just the name of a Mogwai. You know, you can't just be, they're all Gizmo. No.
He's the last Mogwai, isn't he?
I believe so, but
Well, after that new series thing that they brought out, I think he's the last Mogwai.
it's a pretty level pegging here. 6, 6, 6, 5. Can't fault anyone on that one. So we'll move on to round 2, which is the medium level questions. We'll do the same thing. We'll run through the 6 questions. I'll repeat them at the end, and then we'll go in the same order: King, Greg, Carl, King, Greg, Carl. So question 1, in the 2007 film, what is the name of the 2007 film starring Samuel L. Jackson and John Cusack?
Cracking movie too.
Question 2, what is the name of the 2023 M. Night Shyamalan film? Obviously horror film, since we're talking horror.
Also a cracking film.
Question 3, who is the voice of the devil in Final Destination? The devil being the devil that's at the ride in the first Final Destination.
Devil at the ride.
Or sorry, it's Final Destination 3, I believe. He's the ride, the roller coaster they go on.
I'll put down a guess here. I don't know. But...
That's from Final Destination 3. It's the one with the roller coaster, and there's a big devil outside the roller coaster before they go on it.
Fair enough.
Question 4. How many members make up the Losers Club in It? Question 5. What animal does Selma Hayek have in From Dusk Till Dawn?
Breed, or are we going very broad?
Very broad, just the animal, don't need the breed. And question 6. What is the name of the pub in American Werewolf in London?
Carl, you're dropped if you don't get that.
Yeah.
I will run through those again there, just for anyone if they need to go back over any of them. What is the name of the 2007 film starring Samuel L. Jackson and John Cusack? Question 2. What is the name of the 2023 M. Night Shyamalan film? Question 3. Who is the voice of the devil in Final Destination 3? Question 4. How many members makes up the Losers Club in It? Question 5. What animal does Selma Hayek have in From Dusk Till Dawn? Again, that's broad. I don't need the species. Or the very specific species. And question 6. Name of the pub in American Werewolf in London. Are we all happy enough with how many we've got, or do we have anything that we just need to... Does anyone need any other questions reread or anything like that?
I think we're good.
I'm all good.
No?
Yeah, I might only have 3 correct there, but I have
Okay.
at least 3 correct.
Okay. Right, so we'll start with King. Question 1. What 2007 film stars Samuel L. Jackson and John Cusack?
So I haven't seen this, believe it or not, but I know you and Greg love it. It's 1408, isn't it?
It is. Greg?
Yeah, 49.
Sherlock?
Yeah, I got it.
The fucking cracking
Yay!
movie too.
Yeah, very good film.
Albeit I had to ring Ted there a couple of months ago. I watched it on Netflix and there was an alternate ending that I didn't even know existed.
I think there's 3 alternate endings.
I was like, I rang him. I was like, "What the fuck is going on in this?" I was like, "That's not how I remember it."
Yeah, it's always a bit weird when you see something and it has an alternate ending, but you didn't know, and then you watch it and you're like, wait a minute, this isn't how this film ends. What's going on here? Okay, question 2 to Greg. What's the name of the M. Night Shyamalan film from 2023?
Knock at the Cabin.
Correct.
Great film.
Yeah,
Fucking
Sherlock?
cracking film.
got it.
Yeah. King?
Yeah.
Batista's best performance in any movie yet.
Oh, he's brilliant in it.
It's definitely up there for one of his best performances.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you should look at it, man. It's very good.
That's not a horror film
No.
in any way. It's a
I would
psychological
say-
thriller.
I would say he's brilliant in where he's playing like the... I can't remember which film it is. He's playing like it's the Poirot film. Is it or not?
Of Murder on
Glass
the Orient
Onion.
Express?
No,
Glass Onion.
Glass Onion. That's it. He's brilliant in that, playing the...
He was the best part of that travesty of a sequel.
Yeah, I'm very sad that the sequel wasn't very good, but he was very, very good in it. Question 3. Who was the voice of the devil in Final Destination 3? Carl?
I had no idea, so I decided to pay homage to Tenacious D, and I said Dave Grohl.
It was not, unfortunately, Dave Grohl. King?
I got totally gazumped on that. I put Tony Todd down. You know he's in it, but in one of them, but
Greg?
That's who I have.
Both correct. Tony Todd is
Yes.
the voice
So-
of the devil.
Yeah, I think he's marked down as the voice of death.
Yeah, but it's a devil that's it's a
I
devil.
don't think I've seen Final Destination 3 actually, to be honest.
Surely you've seen it. That's like the one that everyone loves. I think that's everyone's. think that's generally perceived as the audience's favorite one of the series.
Is that the one with
Generally,
Zooey
I don't
Deschanel?
think I've seen it.
Sorry.
Is that the one with Zooey Deschanel?
No, I don't think so.
Whichever
Don't
one.
remember. Sorry, Dash.
I don't think I've seen it, to be honest. I must give them all a rewatch soon.
yeah, I was thinking that, yeah.
There's another one. I think the last of the series is coming out soon enough. So back to King. Question 4. How many members make up the Losers Club in It?
Yeah, 7.
Greg?
7.
7.
Sherlock? Yep, 7 is correct. Everyone always kind of forgets the 7th one. I was like, oh, will we catch anyone out with saying 6 here? Because
I did
Stan.
have 6 written down.
because Stan doesn't return as they get older. Yeah.
I had 6 written down
Because
and
he,
I scraped it out.
He takes the slice razor down the arm.
He does. Question 5. This one's Greg's. What animal does Selma Hayek have in From Dusk Till Dawn?
She has a snake.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yum, yum. Would love to be that snake.
I assume Sherlock. Yeah. Everyone has that one.
Yeah.
And then question 6. This one goes to Sherlock. And from when he was asked the question, I don't think he's going to have this. The name of the pub in American Werewolf in London.
I didn't even write it down.
It's in,
No.
I think they use it as a homage in about 15 or 16 different films.
Greg.
Slaughtered Lamb.
Slaughtered Lamb. Yeah. And I'm going to assume, King, that you have this one.
Yep.
So we go. So I think Sherlock, you missed 2 in that. So you went from 5 out of 6 to 9 out of 12, which isn't bad.
Yeah, not bad.
I'll take it.
The 2 boys both continue on at full stretch, both going to 12 out of 12.
He's pushing me here.
He is pushing you, but I can imagine Sherlock is happy enough with his
doing
current
good.
I mean, for someone that doesn't like horror, to have 9 out of 12 is...
Yeah, that's
Got it
good
going.
going.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Consider us impressed.
This is where it might get a bit more difficult.
If it ends 9 correct,
9 out of
I'll
30.
take
You
it.
can hold
9
your
out
head
of
high.
25 or 9 out of 30.
You can
Yeah.
hold
No,
your head
you
high.
want at least 10 so you can say that you got at least a third of them right.
That's fair. If I can get one more question right,
I'm sure you
We'll
can.
We'll see if you can get far enough into it to get to your 40%, which would be considered a pass when you were doing your leaving
You're
cert.
asking that much. Jesus.
Wasn't that one of the conditions that Paddy Power pay back on him if he gets 40%?
No, he had to win. Only win.
Have we an update on the betting?
There's no update at the moment because it's still looking like Sherlock is the long shot. And although you and King are very close, they believe that these questions were right within your wheelhouse, and it's from here on in that they feel that it'll start to ramp up between you two. So we'll move into round 3, the difficult questions. So question 1, Bride of Chucky is what installment in the franchise? So which number in the franchise is it? Question 2, what is the 3rd section of the rhyme for Nightmare on Elm Street?
What do you mean, like the third line?
3rd section of the rhyme. Question 3, who plays Claudia, the little girl, in Interview with a Vampire?
He's gonna hit his 10-point mark.
It looks like it.
Hey.
That's spelled completely arseways, but I'll do.
As I said, spelling will not be held against anyone here. In Saw 3, what is the name of the doctor that they kidnap? I'll accept just the first name because I do not think that the surname is mentioned in the film, other than possibly on her tag.
They do mention it. They do mention it a couple of times, but it's not
It's not something I expect anyone to remember. So I will accept just the
King.
the
Is
name.
it bad that me and you both just rewatched this?
Yes. Oh my god.
I think that's right.
Question 5, the rage virus originates from what animal in 28 Days Later? So it's like
Peter.
I think it's called a zombie virus, but in the film they call it
It's called the rage virus. Yeah.
So what animal does it originate from in the film? And then question 6. Oh, sorry, Sherlock, do you have a question?
No, I said it's about. I saw that movie once when it came out on DVD and haven't seen it since, so
It's fantastic.
It's very, very good.
I don't remember.
Question 6. What is the first horror that Jenna Ortega starred in? So I'm basing this off what was her first named role in a horror.
He's cheating. I've seen him look away. I'm calling bullshit here.
Ooh, Sherlock.
No, King.
Oh, King.
He has his phone beside him. He's glancing at it.
No.
Rewind the tape.
Just remind me there. Number 4 was the one about.
Yeah,
Saw,
I will.
wasn't it?
Oh,
I'm gonna I'll run through them all again here now. So question 1. Bride of Chucky is what installment of the franchise? Question 2.
Guys do.
What is the third section of the rhyme in Nightmare on Elm Street? Question 3. Who plays Claudia, the little girl, in Interview with a Vampire? Question 4. In Saw 3, what is the name of the doctor that they kidnap? And I'll accept just the first name because the surname is going to be kind of out there for everyone. Question 5. The rage virus originates from what animal in 28 Days Later? And question 6. What is the first horror film Jenna Ortega starred in? And I'm basing that off a named role because I don't know did she possibly appear in one as an uncredited actress at some point before that.
Do you know what her first movie was?
Is this her first horror film or just first film?
No, in general.
I won't get you to give the answer yet because I don't know if this was her first film. I don't think it was.
No. She was only a child in the first film.
Well, I mean, she's basically still a child now, so that doesn't narrow things down too much.
No, it's not. Her first actual film was Iron Man 3. She was the president's daughter on the plane.
Yeah. I do remember her being in that. I don't know if that's her first film. It might be her first, credited one, but I think she possibly did some stuff before that. Right, we'll start through this. So, King, with yourself first. Bride of Chucky is what installment in the franchise?
And the 4th, I think.
Greg?
3.
Sherlock?
3.
Only one person is correct in King. We had Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, and then
Oh
Bride
yeah,
of
I
Chucky.
forgot about that.
So, King pulling ahead here very slightly.
Last.
Question 2 goes to Greg. What is the third section of the rhyme in Nightmare on Elm Street? I didn't say line because the way rhymes normally work would be 1, 2 could be considered the first line, and then the next part.
So you're looking for the third part of it.
the third section of the rhyme.
So
Yeah.
5, 6, grab your crucifix.
King.
Yeah, grab a few crucifix.
Sherlock.
5, 6, grab your crucifix.
It's actually my ringtone.
Yeah.
That rhyme.
No, that's all correct all around. Sherlock's up to 10. He's into the double digits now.
And he's only a point behind me.
He is. No, he's not. He's not only a point behind you. A point behind you in this round. Or
Oh,
he's
sorry,
level.
no, yeah, he's 2 points behind me.
Question 3. This one goes to Sherlock. Who plays Claudia, the little girl in Interview with a Vampire?
The worst love interest in Spider-Man. Kirsten Dunst.
Yep, I had that as well.
All had that yet?
Yeah.
Probably her best role as well.
Hard to tell. She has done some good films, to be fair to her.
Oh no, but in terms of like some of her movies, their acting doesn't have to be fucking special. She was really good in this as a kid actress.
Yeah.
She was very, very good.
She's only 15 or something, wasn't she?
12.
12.
12.
Yeah. So question 4, back to King. In Saw 3, what is the name of the doctor they kidnap?
I think I got it. Is it Lynn?
Greg?
Lynn.
Sherlock?
I just said any basic name. I said Sarah.
Yeah. The two
That's a
boys are
guess.
right. It is Lynn.
I haven't seen a single Saw movie, so
That's okay.
I don't think they'd be your wheelhouse at all,
No.
Sherlock.
Saw
That's-
1 was brilliant when it came out because it was so different.
I think Saw 1, 2, and 3 are all quite good. But by the time they got to 3, it was very much a gore fest.
Gore. Yeah.
And
Well,
even the first one was quite gory. They're not going to be in Sherlock's wheelhouse.
The best story you hear about Saw was Tobin Bell was hired for 2 weeks to come in and play a guy asleep on the ground.
Yeah.
And became a horror icon.
From the back of it, yeah. Question 5. This one goes to Greg. What the rage virus originates from what animal in 28 Days Later?
Monkey.
Yeah, I had
Sherlock?
monkey. Sorry.
Sherlock?
I went chimpanzee.
Monkey?
Yeah.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
accept that. It's a monkey, yeah. So
Theoretically, I think it actually is supposed to come from a tick that
lives.
bites the monkey, yeah.
Yeah, but we only
It was
see
transmitted from the monkey, though.
Yeah, so I'll accept chimpanzee because again, similar to like the snake, they don't.
Yeah.
He's
specify.
he's very correct with the type as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'd remember that.
Stupid
Then-
Peter.
then question 6 goes to Sherlock. The first horror film Jenna Ortega starred in.
Scream 5.
No. Sherlock King.
I had I said, first of all, I said Scream. Then I said Adam's Family, and then went back to Scream. I don't think I got this one at all.
So you're going with Scream, is it?
Yeah.
No. Greg.
Studio 666.
No. Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, she's at the start of Studio 666. She's the
She
first girl
is.
to get killed.
She is, but it's not her first horror film.
I'm intrigued.
Insidious Chapter 2. She is a little girl in Insidious
Wow.
Chapter 2.
Yeah. I just, to save embarrassment, I
She
scribbled down my
is-
crappy answers out.
She is Annie
Adam's
in
Family.
Insidious Chapter 2.
I don't think I remember Insidious Chapter 2.
That says a lot, doesn't it?
I think that's the one with the cross dresser.
I can't remember.
Can't remember.
Also, I think even with that, I think Studio 666 is after Scream.
It was filmed
thought so.
before Scream.
Was it? Well,
Oh, excuse me.
that works out with what?
The way this is going, lads. It's 5 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third. We know what's happening.
Game over next.
I believe King only got 1 incorrect there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got 5, yeah.
So
And
King
Greg got
moves
2.
up to
I got
17.
2, yeah.
Greg got 2 incorrect there, so he moves on to 16 out of 18. And Sherlock got 1, 2,
3.
half of them correct, which puts him up to 12 out of 18, which I think might nearly put him to a passing grade.
What did Carl get there?
He got
3.
half of them there, so he's up to 12 out of 18 now.
That's not bad.
He's into
Yeah.
the double digits, and there's a couple here that he might still be able to get.
Comfortably in the double digits. Thank you very much.
Comfortably in the double digits.
What are we? 17, 16, and 12, yeah?
16 to Greg, 17 to yourself, and 12 to Sherlock.
As that swung the betting at the halfway point.
It has swung the betting slightly. Greg has moved from 1 to 50 to now being 5 to 1. They obviously still believe Greg is, on there to win.
He's the
Sherlock,
champ.
Sherlock has moved up a little bit, but not by a whole lot. He's now down to 85 to 1 rather than 100 to 1.
Progress.
And King has moved himself up to 12 to 1 by pulling ahead by his singular point here.
Like that, yeah.
That's, as they say, you only need to win. You only need to win by 1. It doesn't matter,
That's
winning by 10 and winning by 1. It's all the same
Same
at the end
thing.
of the day.
Is there a
Unless-
cash out option?
Unless it's retro
There is-
payment recast when you get Champions Advantage.
Yeah.
There is not a cash out option. Well, Champions Advantage maybe does apply here. Maybe if it ends up being a stalemate, maybe the champion remains the champion. No one's beaten
We'll
him.
do a sudden death or something.
Yeah.
We will move on to round 4. These are kind of a little bit trickier questions, designed to trip you up. So,
Thanks.
question 1: how many of the core 4, which is obviously the name of the group in the new Scream series, are direct descendants of the Scream 1 cast?
I haven't seen the latest movie.
Well, the core 4 are the same 4 from Scream 5, so it's the twins and the 2 sisters.
Okay.
So that's how many of the core 4 are direct descendants from the Scream 1 cast.
Yeah.
They were brilliant as well.
Yeah. Question 2. Greg's not going to like this one.
Oh, balls.
Jordan Peele has directed how many horror films?
No, rephrase that question.
I'm
How
not going to
many?
rephrase it.
Shite horror films.
No, Jordan Peele has directed how many horror films?
Would you count it? Yeah, you would. Definition of horror is quite broad. Because I'd say that, yeah, that's sci-fi horror. Yeah, okay, I'll write it.
Okay. Question 3. What is the name of the town in Fear Street? So the town that they grow up in. I know there's 2 towns, but we're talking about the central cast. Where did they come from?
As people are setting fireworks off like assholes in my estate. Sorry for the noise.
Can't even hear that.
Good soundproofing, so I paid well for the windows.
So that question was name the town in Fear Street. So it's the town that the main characters are all from. Question 4. And there's multiple answers to this, so I need all of the answers to be given a point.
Jesus.
What musicians starred in the 1997 film Anaconda?
How many? Can I ask how many musicians are
You
in it?
cannot ask
Aw.
how many.
You get a point for each musician.
No, you get 1 point if you get the answer correct. Question 5. Frank Grillo appeared in how many of the Purge films?
I haven't seen the first one. Didn't even know he was in them, to be honest.
And then question 6. Skeet Ulrich appeared in Scream and what other horror in 1996?
Clutching at straws here.
I told you these are the ones designed to trip you up. So we'll run through those again just in case anyone needs to go over them.
Please, yeah.
Question 1. How many of the core 4, which is the 4 main characters from the new Scream, are direct descendants from the Scream 1 cast? Question 2. Jordan Peele has directed how many horror films?
Right, director.
Question 3. What is the name of the town that the main characters in Fear Street are from? Question 4. What musicians starred in the 1997 film Anaconda? Question 5. Frank Grillo appeared in how many of the Purge films? And question 6. Skeet Ulrich starred in Scream and what other horror in 1996? Are we all happy enough to do the answers, or does anyone need another second?
I'm alright.
No? Okay, so goes to King first. King, how many of the core 4 are direct descendants from the Scream 1 cast?
So I think it's 3 of them.
Greg?
3.
Sherlock? 2?
2, yeah.
All incorrect.
Oh.
1 is a direct descendant.
And when you say direct, are you talking like blood?
No, I'm talking direct descendant.
Oh, okay.
Direct descendants is a direct line up and down.
Were the
So
twins not related to?
they are related, but they are up and to the right to a character
Oh, yeah,
from
they're
Scream 1.
nieces, aren't they?
Their niece and nephew.
Well, see, that question's wrong then, because they are a descendant of.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
say a
but you
descendant.
said
I said a
direct.
direct descendant.
Direct,
I
yeah,
made
direct
sure to
descendant,
say
you're
a
right.
direct descendant, which is a
Purposely
linear
tried to
line.
trick you.
That's this section is about tripping
Good
people
shot.
up.
Good call. Good call.
So, question 2 goes to Greg. Jordan Peele has directed how many horror films?
None in his mind.
Oh,
No, he
it's-
agrees that he's directed
it's
them. He just doesn't like
unfortunate.
them.
I have 3.
Sherlock?
3.
King?
I said 3 as well.
Correct, yeah, 3. The trick there was whether he had directed Candyman or not, which
Unfortunately, he didn't.
No.
Nia
No.
DaCosta did, but it's his movie, and
It's
it's
his film,
fucking
but he-
awful.
It was,
My
but he did not direct it. And I know
my
what you were
questioning
thinking.
on that was: is Nope actually a horror?
It's
Yeah,
listed as
yeah.
a horror, as much as I don't think it was particularly horror. It is listed as
No.
horror. They're actually the only films he directed, which was
I keep-
also another
I'm-
bit to trick you. So
I keep thinking that From movie is his as well. but
yeah,
it's not his.
Not his either. Yeah. Okay. Question 3. This one's Sherlock's. What is the name of the town the main characters from Fear Street are from?
Why do you come to me for the third one all the time, and I have my jokey answers? But I had no idea. I haven't seen any of the Fair Street, so
They're
I
good
just went with Derry.
It's not Derry. I think you'd like the Fear Streets. They'd be quite similar to Scream in a lot of ways. So I
Good.
actually think you'd quite like them.
They're the books that R.L. Stein done that inspired Scream.
Yeah. King,
I drew a blank on that one.
Greg.
Beertown.
No, Shadyville.
I don't know. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, so those aren't a big one on the list, although they are very, very good. Question 4, back to King. For the musicians, this should be his wheelhouse. What musicians starred in the 1997 film Anaconda?
So my favorite rapper, Ice Cube, and J-Lo. 2 of them.
Greg?
There's 3. John Voight has a musical album too.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. Those 3.
No way.
Yeah, he
Correct.
has a
Oh.
studio released album. Yeah.
Yeah, John Voight. As much as I wouldn't consider him a musician, he does have a studio released album, so that
Wow.
does
That counts.
count him. There, some people might say there's possibly more that are background related. But I did say starred, so if
I
you
know.
did.
I know John Hanna has a couple of songs, but I don't know if he has an album.
I think he's just sung a couple of songs. I don't think he's.
No, yeah, I don't think I don't think he has an album.
No, not that I could find.
I took a risk writing the third option down.
Well done.
I'm glad I did that.
That is, and it's also possibly the worst.
Oh,
accent.
it's terrible. Frank Grillo. This one's Greg. Frank Grillo's appeared in how many of the Purge films?
2.
Sherlock,
3.
Greg, or King?
I had 2.
Correct. 2. He's in
3.
second
No.
and the third.
What a
No,
guess.
no. He's definitely in 3.
No, they want him to be in the new one, but they haven't started making it. They want him to come back. They want him to come back as the main character because he's considered the main person, but he isn't.
That might be where I'm getting confused.
Yeah, he isn't. I'll just double check it here, but I'm quite sure I'm correct on that. He isn't in the first Purge because that's set.
There's only about 6 of them in that.
No, well, the first Purge is set way before. So not the first Purge is the 4th.
Just
film.
type in Frank Grillo on IMDb.
No, I did check it before I put it down, but he's not in the Forever Purge, and the plan is that they want him in further ones going forward.
Damn, I thought I was for sure correct on that.
Yeah,
Damn
and then the last one goes back to Sherlock again here. Skeet Ulrich
Yeah,
starred in Scream
I didn't answer.
and What Other Horror in 1996. So nothing from Sherlock. King
I again drew a blank. I wrote Final Destination.
in 1996. Definitely
That was
not.
2000.
2000. Greg.
Going out on a big limb here. Was it The Frighteners?
It was not. It was The Craft alongside Nev Campbell.
Oh,
That was the other pick that I had, but I went with the Frighteners.
He is Chris in The Craft. So
I
that one.
don't think I've actually seen The Craft in
no.
about 20 years.
So that one tripped up a lot of people. Everyone got one answer correct for Jordan Peele. Greg and Carl both got the musician of 3 musicians in J-Lo, Ice Cube, and John Voight. And Greg and King both got the Purge films correct. So
the lads have evened up.
the lads have...
Yeah.
Yeah, the lads have evened up, but Sherlock's still picking up some points on his way. It's, you know,
What's
he's
he up
not...
to now?
14.
I think he's up to 14
He's
now.
5 points behind with 2
That is
rounds
not
to
bad.
go.
He's up to 14. Greg has moved up to 19 out of the 24. And King, you are also moved up to 19 out of the 24. So we now go into the last
Only
round
10
of this.
wrong.
You're doing well here. Sure,
Yeah.
you've got, you know, more right than you've got wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and all you need to do is get 2 from this to maintain that. This one is the obscure round, though, so...
This is the final one, is it?
This is the final round here, yeah. Obscure questions. So, we'll start off here. Question 1. What is the name of Quint's friend in the dialogue that he says about his... when they're trapped in the ocean? He only mentions one person's name.
I always get tripped up on Jaws fucking questions.
Well, this one's... It's only mentioned one time, and it's while he's telling that story. Question 2. In Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Sally was fascinated by what animal in her youth? This one isn't completely obscure, and it might be one that everyone can get. What is the name of Sean and Ed's roommate in Shaun of the Dead? They only ever give his first name, so I'm not looking for a second name because they never give a first name. Or they only give a first name. They never give a surname to him. Question 4. In Dog Soldiers, what is Sarge's name? And you can't just write down Sarge for this.
Aw.
King's cheating there.
I'm
Look at his
not
eyes
cheating.
going down to the phone. Where's his
Cheating.
phone?
He's cheating!
I'm not cheating, it's there, look. I'm not cheating though.
Oh, his phone is unlocked and everything, Ted.
Cheating, he's cheating! Question 5. Stephen King only directed one film that came from something written by him. What was it?
This is so fucking obscure, man.
And this last one might be one you can all get. It's a bit obscure, but it's also one that you should know. Who wrote, directed, and starred in 2015's The Gift? You should all know this because it's one of Sherlock's questions from when he gave it to us.
Oh, really?
It just happens to be one that none of us knew the answer to.
I did.
No, none of us knew it when
I
we
got the
first...
second question.
Nobody knew who the answer was when this was asked. And you only got the answer to the other question because the film had been mentioned previously.
Also very true, but I still got it, didn't I?
You did. So I'll run through those again.
Tells you what it's like when you're writing questions. You're just looking for things.
Oh, trust me,
You
I won't remember half of these when if I could ask them again.
You don't remember that information.
No, you don't. No. So basically, I had to rewatch the episode that we did to make sure I wasn't using loads of questions that you'd used. So I did that while I was doing these. So I'll go through those again. What is the name of the Quint's friend in the story that he tells? In Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Sally was fascinated by what animal in her youth? Question 3. What is Shaun and Ed's roommate's name in Shaun of the Dead? They only ever give his first name, so it's just a first name. Question 4. In Dog Soldiers, what is Sarge's name? Question 5. Stephen King only directed one film that came from something that he wrote. What was it? And question 6. Who wrote, directed, and starred in 2015's The Gift? Does anyone need any time to in any answers, or are we happy to go to the answers section?
Let's go.
Yeah. Go on, I know I've lost this
Okay.
one.
So goes to King first. What is the name of Quint's friend in the story he tells?
I just throw Harper.
Nope.
No.
Greg?
Herbie Robinson from Cleveland.
Sherlock? Blank?
Like,
Greg is right, it is Herbie Robinson. That's a very obscure one. I'm surprised you
Very.
knew that, Greg.
I didn't listen to that monologue. I still think that's probably the best monologue in film history.
It's definitely up there.
Considering
The way
he
tells
was
it is-
absolutely langered when
I
he
think
was recording it.
I
And
think
he makes a
needed to be.
mistake and
I
they
think he
leave
needs
it
to
in.
be. I think he needed to be honest, because he's meant
Yeah.
to be langered while he's telling it, so I think
Yeah.
it works out
The
very
start,
well.
the date that he tells, the 29th of June 1945, should have been the 29th of July
Yeah.
1945.
I just left it in there though. Question 2, so this one goes to Greg. In Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Sally was fascinated by what animal in her youth?
A deer.
Sherlock?
pig.
King?
That's so fucking obscure. I put cows. Cows.
Is not. It's the animal that is on when they go into her bedroom and it's her wallpaper. It's a zebra. She never explains why, but zebras was the answer. She was fascinated by them as a youth. Question 3 goes to Sherlock. Shaun and Ed. What's the name of Shaun and Ed's roommate in Shaun of the Dead?
I get to keep my streak up. I'm going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was Pete.
Greg?
Pete,
King?
played by Peter Severovich.
Yeah. Peter Serafinovich, and he's just called Pete. They didn't even bother changing his name all that much. They were like, just knock a letter off that. That'll do. Okay. Question 4. So back to King. In Dog Soldiers, what is the Sarge's name?
I remember.
This could be the killing blow here for him.
You don't know.
No.
Sherlock.
I haven't answered any of the rest of the questions.
Okay. And Greg.
Harry G. Wells.
Correct. Harry G. Wells. So question 5 goes to Greg. Stephen King only directed one film that was written by him. What was it?
Do you know what? I thought it was Christine, but I think John Carpenter done that, so I went with Nightbreed.
King.
I went with the Tommy Knockers.
And Sherlock, you have no answer here for this. Well, it doesn't matter because everyone got it wrong. It is Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, that stupid one with the truck.
Yeah.
The big green goblin face.
It's the only, and it's not from his book. He wrote
It's
the
a short,
script. Yeah, he wrote the script to it, so it's not actually from a book that he wrote. And then question 6. I will ask Sherlock, but he doesn't have an answer down for it. But who wrote, directed, and starred in 2015's The Gift? So nothing from Sherlock. King?
I know it.
Nothing. And Greg?
Joel Edgerton.
Edgerton, yeah, that's this.
Remember writing the question now. Yeah.
You asked this question in 2 different rounds about that
I
movie.
did, yeah. I remember that now, yeah.
Yeah. It was one of the few that people didn't. Nobody got the answer to when you asked the first time round. So I was like, and I was like, right, well, that's one that we can put in there because nobody managed to get it.
I only rewatched that quiz there not so long ago, and you can see me racking my brain to get back to that answer.
Yeah.
When the second question comes up.
Yeah, it's you do, yeah, and that's why I put it in. I was like, oh, this is a bit of an interesting one because it's something we've had before. Will the lads remember it? So from that, Greg picked up 4 out of them, which brings him to 23. Sherlock picked up 1, but that still brings him to 15 out of 30.
That's good.
50%.
50%. So
That's a C.
he does get a passing grade. And King also only picks up 1 from that, moving him to 20 out of 30, which means that Greg does take the championship for 1 more year and continues on. So congratulations to him. This was a little bit different, and some of these were quite obscure. I'm actually very surprised, especially the Harry G. Wells one. I was very surprised that anybody got that one because it only gets mentioned.
It was Dog Soldiers. How was he not going to get that?
But it's not mentioned very, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of just on his thing
They say it once when he's
when he's dying off. Yeah.
What minute, Greg? What minute?
I need the exact minute and second timing on it. So Greg does continue on. I don't know.
Congratulations.
I did have another one. I don't know if Sherlock will want to be in this. The original plan was that we were going to have the 3 on the slab boys doing this one. So I did do up another smaller quiz. Obviously, things have come up and Ian was unavailable at the time, so Sherlock just said he would step back in. But I did one that was based solely off the On the Slab show. If you
let's
be
go.
interested. It's only 10 questions, so
God.
if you are interested, Sherlock, you can play along if you'd like, but I don't know if this one's going to be anywhere in your wheelhouse. So
let's go.
Yeah, because he's in all of them.
So we'll go question 1. What is the first episode that Greg appears on? I'll take episode number or what was being discussed.
6.
Lash them down. It's a
Oh,
a
to write
quiz.
them down. Sorry.
It's still a quiz, yeah. You can't just be calling answers out. Like Sherlock's just gonna write down every answer that you say and hope that you get some of them right.
I'm not even writing them down.
Question 2. The most viewed episode is Dog Soldiers versus American Werewolf. What is the second most viewed episode? I'm basing this off of YouTube now, so it's not based off a combination of listens to the audio. It's just based off YouTube. Question 3. When Ian and Carl did their Irish horror / haunted spots episode, what were the 2 locations that they did the episode on? Question 4. What was the first episode that had all 3 hosts on together?
What was the first episode?
Yeah, so I'll take episode number or what the watches we're discussing, because I know it'll be difficult to keep track of that. Question 5. Outside of our direct friend group, who was the first guest on the show? Question 6. Who was the first female guest on the show? Question 7. What is the film with the most guest episodes on the show? I think they're both going to get that one fairly easily.
I think I might get that one.
You should get that one, yeah.
Question 8. How many playlists are created on the channel? Question 9. Who was the first Mutilator 2 guest on the show? And lastly, question 10. What was the discount code that you had to type in for Fright Rags? So I don't need what percentage you got off. I need the code that needed to be typed in.
Right. Just on that first guest for Mutilator,
Yes.
that's about the movie, right? Not that's
Oh,
involved with the
Just
movie.
involved, I would say. Have that broad. Is it?
Mm, as
Right,
far as I can,
I'm gonna put down the two answers.
yeah, I basing it off of the person that I think was the first that I could see.
Don't worry,
Okay.
he'll have it. He'll have that answer. It's about the Mutilator too. So
Do you need me to? Do you want me to run through the questions again,
No,
or
no, we're good to go.
no? Okay. So, what was the first episode that Greg appeared on?
I wrote 6.
Oh, correct. Episode 6. Favorite vampires in films.
Yeah. It was a cover episode.
Yeah. Question 2. Dog Soldiers versus American Werewolf is the most viewed episode. What is the second most viewed episode?
So
Yeah, go on, Greg.
I have Natasha Ticini.
So have I.
I think Eric Six might be higher now though.
No, Natasha Ticini is still the highest, or second highest with 750. Yeah, Eric is 600 and something.
Oh man, Eric.
Question 3. When Ian and Carl did an episode on Irish horror / haunted spots, what were the 2 locations?
Loftus Hall and the Hellfire Club.
Yeah.
Yep, correct. Question 4. What was the first episode with all 3 on it? Again, I'll take episode or watches we're discussing.
8.
I thought it was the vampire one.
No, I covered because Ian couldn't do it.
Right, so
I'm gonna go with 8.
No. It was episode 14. Lesser known picks / favorites.
Aye, okay.
So I was actually quite late into it before all. There was episodes with you and Greg, you and Ian, and Greg and Ian in between that, but that was the first one that all 3 of you appeared on. Outside of the friend group, who was the first guest that you had on, King?
Was it Aaron from First Class Horror?
Greg?
So I went with celebrity guest. I went with Nick Benson.
Nick Benson is correct. Aaron's first episode, I believe, was after that as well.
I'm pretty sure Nick was the first main guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of the question like that. Sorry. Yeah.
So, question 6. Who was the first female guest you had on the show?
On Greg.
Ali Chappell.
King?
I put Ticini in on there again.
Both incorrect. King, you're going to kick yourself. It was a Fear Street 1994 episode, and the first female
Kerry!
guest was Kerry King.
Fuck! She's gonna kill me now. Very good.
I wasn't on that episode.
No.
No, it was just Carl and his daughter, and he got the question wrong.
She was a co-host. She wasn't a guest.
She was a guest. She was introduced as a guest.
Oh, feck.
I can't remember if she was introduced as a guest, but she was the first female guest on the show. Question 7. What is the film with the most guest episodes?
Mutilator 2.
Yeah. I'm going to assume Greg has Mutilator 2 down there as well, because it's the most obvious of the answers. Question 8.
I can't wait to not like that movie.
Question 8. How many playlists is there on the channel?
2?
I think I put 4 in, did I?
King is correct. It's 4, yeah.
Imagine if I didn't know that. Putting
Imagine
them
you
together.
Imagine you didn't know your daughter was the first female guest.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Who was the first Mutilator 2 guest?
I just wrote Bud Cooper.
Greg?
No. So, directly involved with the movie, I think it's Jeff Seaman, but I think you're going to go with Anna Clary.
It was Anna Clary, yeah.
I done the interview with Jeff about terror trips, and he just now has gone on to be.
Yeah,
assistant
I
director.
didn't include him because the episode was specifically related to terror trips. I don't think Mutilator 2 was mentioned in it at all.
No,
I think he mentions it off air to you, but he doesn't mention it within the episode. And then, question 10: what was the discount code from Fright Rags to be entered?
OTS Horror 10.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, let me have a look. I think in the end, Greg wins by 1 point in that as well.
I got
Because
7.
I got
Greg
6.
got Nick Benson and he got Anna Clary, but he missed out on the playlist. And then King, you got the playlist, and then you both got the episode with all three of you on it incorrect.
Very
and
good.
you both got the episode with the first female guest episode with King's daughter. Was both people got that
Thanks,
correct.
Ted.
Just to reiterate,
did we just assume that Kerry identifies as a female? Carl, argue the point.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not gonna bring our gender into question. Fuck off.
just to reiterate that the question that you both got wrong was who was the first female guest on the show, and it was Carl's daughter. So, Kerry, when you watch this back, hold that over his head for the rest of his life.
I gotta make sure and tag her in it when I put it up as well.
Yeah, exactly.
What man?
What man forgets doing a podcast with his child?
A loser. 2 different categories of quizzes tonight. He's a pitiful man, Your Honor. Man at the end of the road.
I hate you all.
Well, Greg continues on as champion for the yearly one, and he becomes the first champion of the On the Slab section of the quiz as well. So
You wait, Liam gets onto that one next year. He'll wipe the floor with you on that one.
False.
we'll see. We'll have to see.
Well done, everybody. That was a good. That was a
It
good
was-
quiz.
That was fun.
Sherlock, I'm very impressed.
We are all impressed.
Me too.
Look, you did very well.
He's gone up. He's gonna go home or go up now to bed tonight. Gone. Yes.
I'm the greatest.
50%.
I would have won if the other two didn't show up.
Technically correct.
I mean, also third place.
You
Yeah,
know,
no,
like a medal.
It's a medal.
It's
Yeah,
a
exactly,
podium
yeah.
position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's best. It's out of three, but
We
it's still
don't
podium
need to
position.
mention that.
But it's still podium position.
I'm just glad.
ironically,
I'm just glad
If I
that.
only,
I'm
if
just
I
glad
only
Greg
got
didn't.
the-
Sorry, Cargo.
if I only got the other half of the questions right, I would have gotten them all right. You know.
Exactly.
I'm
I
just
mean,
glad that Greg didn't run away with it this year. That's
I
all.
think it was designed. It was designed in a way that it couldn't really run away with it.
It was designed that nobody could take a complete runaway unless two people
Yeah.
really didn't get a lot of the answers.
Yeah,
I mean,
very
I was enjoyable. It had me under the cosh there, King.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
Under
yeah,
the
Yeah.
cosh, one
I'm
down
happy
going
this
into the
year.
back two.
Yeah. Happy enough.
Imagine being one down going into the back two and winning by 5.
I know.
But as you see, folks, obviously this is On the Slab, but you can catch all 4 of us over on Retrotainment Recast as well on a weekly basis. Where, guess what, lads? I'm still the champ. I'm still the man.
I will say, as much as you are the champ, I don't think I've lost an episode. Like, actually lost. I've had a draw with you, which counts as you continuing on as champion, but I have not lost an episode in a very long time.
It's true, but I'm still the man.
And there might be a quiz coming over there as well.
Yes,
Different
there is,
topics.
there is a plan not to do a horror quiz over on that side, yes.
I don't want to play, lads.
Yeah. You make up the
Um,
quiz.
But lads, as for our second annual On the Slab quiz, have a good one. Enjoy it. Let us know how many you get right. You know, keep in contact. You know, we always respond.
We do.
King does the responding on the old YouTube. I do the Instagram.
I do.
Facebook is between us all.
Mm-hmm.
But as it says, check us out over in Retrotainment Recast as well, which is the most infuriating, enjoyable hour and a half of your week. And as it says, the lads trying to put it up to me, trying to catch me. Who's gonna do it, lads?
I was in a competition with myself, man.
And you won.
I'm just happy to be back showing up. But this was your Halloween special. Have a good Halloween, folks. And I will finish this the way I finish absolutely every Friday night. But tonight is a very special Halloween night. In the words of the great George A. Romero, ladies and gentlemen, stay scared.
Woo!